Hey, what's going on, Damn, frog in my throat. What's going on, everybody? I'm King Sway, and welcome back to King Sway Entertainment. Maybe I'll call this segment like King Sway Games or something. I don't know. I keep wanting to say King Sway Adventures, so and I want to do something with that. So we'll see. But as this is the continuation of Fallout. Uh, as you can see, we did a little skip. I was out in the middle of the woods last time. Now we're starting off in Sanctuary. Uh, I'll be editing these so that I do skip around because a lot of this stuff is just exploration. And I was about to say combat, but with the exploration parts, I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to just watch me rummage around looking for the junk, the literal junk I need to do upgrades and whatnot. So, and as I said, take that, bitch. I will be only trying to do the main quests on the channel. So I will be playing in my spare time and doing side quests. So anything having to do with the factions, I probably won't be doing. Oh yeah, we did go by the Red Rocket restaurant and gas station. Obviously, you see I picked up dog meat. Good boy that he is. And I don't know, like maybe next time you see me, fuck around and you see the level 1, level 2, I forget what level I am, level like 3 scrub that I am, and then you see me walking around in power armor with a Gauss rifle talking about I'm a war machine. Sean Zaz, I want to contribute that little joke to him, uh, because he has a little animated thing about Fallout. I've only seen 2 of his animations, both of them pertaining to Bethesda games, Skyrim and Fallout, both of which I played. And oh hey, it's my man Cosworth. Let me shut up.
Codsworth.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth. You're still fully operational?
Well, of course, sir. You can thank the fine engineers at General Atomics for that. At least you could have, had they not been vaporized. I
The
must
bomb.
say, it's good to see you up and about as well. I find your survivability impressive. I take it
Tender
you're in some good
subject.
health as
Tender
well?
subject.
They killed him.
Kill off that bastard.
No. Such a
Coming for you, bitch.
tragedy.
And your frosted flakes.
If I could feel, I would be quite distraught over the news. And young Sean? What of your son?
He's been kidnapped. But I'm gonna find him.
Sir, this news, this terrible news. You must let me assist you in the search for young Sean. I simply
Oh,
cannot
you going to be my
remain
Robo
here knowing the lad is in danger.
bag of holding.
Would you like to?
As you wish, sir.
Yes, of course.
As you wish, sir. Not to worry there, pup. Your martyr is in good hands.
And that's the only place we can send him. But in 3, because I've only played 2 Fallout games, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And Fallout 3 is actually on my old video game channel. I haven't done anything with that in God knows how long. Sway Realm Games. I haven't done anything with that. I played and I beat Elden Ring, and then after that, like I stopped.
Bingo.
So, like I stopped posting anything on that channel. But that much aside, I played 3 and 4, and in 3, you can get dog meat and a companion. And I guess they feel as though it made the game a little too easy. So in 4, you can only have one companion, and dog meat counts as a companion. I was speaking prior on the last video that the visual aesthetics of Fallout would actually not be like this. Don't get me wrong, like I understand you got to keep the aesthetic for the game because the fans have come to expect certain things. I spoke about that in my experiences with Star Wars. Fans want things to stay the same, but if you think about it from a realistic point,
I'm coming, buddy.
it wouldn't look like this. It's been over 200 years. There wouldn't really be anything to any I'm gonna call them dungeons, to loot outside of vaults.
Can I be of
And even then, how many vaults
Hey,
have
Codsworth.
Yes.
actual people living in there?
Your
Vault
thoughts?
85, was it 81? Yeah, 81 has the whole society living in the vault.
What do you
So
think about our relationship?
there's other people that Vault 95 is the one with the all the drugs and stuff. And even then, you can still, excuse me, you can have people move in
That was all I had.
and create a society there, but you got to have some kind of opposition. I'm aware of that. But like I said, the settlements and everything wouldn't really look as run down as they were because people would still retain knowledge. And even if you didn't retain knowledge, the inquisitive nature of human beings in general, whatever knowledge that we lost, I do feel as though we would rediscover. There's still doctors wandering the wastelands in hospitals, and they had the ability to develop stim packs and other chems. So there's still chemists out there and people willing to create drugs to get other people high and to create the whole drug deal effect. I think I spoke about
Heads up.
the fact that there are no cars. There would be cars because if you have people that can in three, you have in 3 and 4 you have vertibirds, and in 4 you have the Pridwin, and in 4 with the Pridwin,
Your thoughts?
it's a flying fortress, and you have to upkeep it. So the thing with that is, like, if you got people that know how to upkeep that, and there are different factions that know how to keep up power armor. You got the Gunners, you have Raiders, you have the Atom Cats, and those are just 3
Codsworth.
random ass individuals. The Raiders, maybe. The Gunners, since they're a paramilitary that can be hired, they're a mercenary group. Yeah, they're going to try and do what they can to learn anything military and military operations. So maintaining your equipment is part of what you do in the military. I know that because I used to be in the military. I used to be a Marine. I went in when 9/11 happened. So you would have vehicles still, because if you can keep up vertibirds and the Pridwin and power armor, you can keep up vehicles. You still have bolts. You still probably have like submarines and things like that. Though I don't think anybody would really want to fuck with going under the water. And I say that because people get turned into ghouls, but so do animals. And I think it was Oxhorn, if I remember correctly, that did a video about a whale that got ghoulified. And that in taking into consideration that if the radiation turned scorpions and roaches into rad scorpions and rad roaches, and turned like iguanas and chameleons into death claws, and those are on land, I don't want to, like, even now today in our real life, I don't want to go under the water. I don't want to explore what's down there because that's been left alone by nature for who knows how long. Sharks, great white sharks, have never had to evolve. Never. And because a great white shark has never had to evolve, and it's been in the water, what else has not evolved? What else is down there? And we're always discovering something. I'm not messing with it. And so that's, that's that point of ghoulification. Well, of ghoulification is what I'm pointing on that. But to continue on with what I was saying, power, you got react people that know how to, like I said, if you know how to, everything is run by atomic power in America in Fallout. So you got people that know how to operate nuclear reactors and things to that degree. So because you know how to operate nuclear reactors and make generators and operate generators, and you can make windmill farms, you'd be like a city. You'd be creating city states. There's still be factories that make ammunition. It's just that you'd be low on materials, or maybe you wouldn't be. But that all depends on who's controlling the factories. But all those would be sites for raiders and people trying to take over, like the Brotherhood of Steel, or like a paramilitary, another paramilitary group. But local city states will always be looking to expand, and with that expansion comes power. But also with that power comes the responsibility of feeding those that are now under your responsibility. So everybody would be trying to acquire farms. That's why in medieval times, farmers weren't allowed to move away. No, I'm serious. Look it up. Farmers weren't allowed to move away. But the people, the so-called peasants, were treated very well. They were given a lot of mandatory holidays. It was actually better back then, holiday-wise, than it is now. You worked maybe 200 days a week. 200 days, that's in a week. 200 days a year out of what, the 356 weeks? No, it's 50 weeks, 56 days. I'm getting my shit mixed up. But you guys understand. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. So with that, it's 156 days less that, well, you know, a difference that the medieval peasants worked. Because nowadays you get, what, 2 days off, if that? And some places make you work holidays. Because I've been at jobs where they make you work holidays. Oh, look, lasers. Lasers. Before we get to that part, I'm always going to love to explore, because as a gamer, I don't want to go in the right direction first. I want to go in the wrong direction, just so I know that when I get into the right direction, I am well prepared. I had a list somewhere. I don't know where it is, but you get what I'm saying. Maybe one of these days I'll actually make an original video using these points, like time in and of itself, to support what it is I'm saying. There's always going to be a black market, but like I said, it's a lot of that would be city states. So, you know, like Diamond City would be its own city state. Well, they call them settlements here, but it's the same thing. Settlement, city state, same thing. Raiders would actually, in my personal opinion, would actually have a harder time unless you had some kind of superior technology. Like, okay, the gunners, they operate with, a lot of them operate with laser technology. They operate with laser technology, and they operate with military technology. They're armed with military armor. They have chest plates and arm plating and legs on top of military helmets, like the old military uniforms in Fallout. So, and they have laser weapons, and they have all kinds of energy technology with them. And as I said prior, that the gunners are a paramilitary group, and they actually know how to upkeep what they have. And when you go to Quincy, there are actually people there that wear power armors, even just, and you got to know how to keep up with said power armor. But with that, like I said, it would be harder for raiders, because for one, unless it's some kind of small settlement. When I say a settlement, I mean like a farm or something. Like that farm is just by themselves and it's not a lot of people there. You know, that would make a farm easy pickings. you know, you stalk and you kidnap, or like you raid and you tell them like you gonna give us so much, or we just gonna burn the fucking place down. And you try to keep your crew members happy with what's going on because they need to eat. They need to eat, and it's no different than being in a gang. You know, and for those of you that actually know anything about gangs, you know that's just a lot of foolishness and bravado and arrogance and ego. So whoever can keep them in check has to be the smartest of the group and the most cutthroat and ruthless. So, and in that situation, it's always one of them that thinks they're better suited to lead. So you always got to have a steady supply of food and enjoyment for the raiders, and that's a loose way to keep them. What's I'm looking for? Keep them banded together. Because then, with being a raider, you got to go into the slave trade. You got to go into black market deals, and I say that because where are you getting your ammunition? You're raiding farms for food. Where are you getting your ammunition for your weapons? Not all the farms would have. I mean, you know, maybe a couple guns here or there, but even then, where are they getting their ammunition? And that's part of what I was talking about with the caravans. The caravans in the factories. The caravans, they're a target as well, but you got to take even if you watched any of the well, like I said, I've only played 3 and 4, but in 3 and 4 they walk with security. They walk with armed guards for the Brahmin, so they're going to have armed security with their convoys. That will lead into high-speed chases and shootouts and drive-bys. But the caravan, I think, would have better equipment unless a raider crew got lucky and actually managed to overtake someone and become better armed, or they had something to trade, or you know, like okay, Paradise Falls, I think it's called, in 3. That's a slaver place right then and there. I don't see any slaver places, well, not many. In 4, I remember seeing a few, but they like Paradise Falls was completely devoted to the slave trade, and they put collars around people, and if you got so far away, your head just popped off. But what else would a raider have to trade with? I feel as though that would be living like that altogether would be a hard life, but I feel as though that would be even more so because you're always one bad situation away from a mutant. It's saying it like that. I think of it like a ship or a pirate ship. You know, you gotta keep the band together, but I feel as though it was different because once you raided the ship and took their stuff, you took everything with it. But it's better weapons now, automatic weapons, laser weapons. So I feel like it would be on the decline if for a smart caravan person, everything would be on the decline for the raiders. It'd be bad for them. Just my opinion. That and science would still continue to prosper. That's actually presented by the Institute from 4, and I forget it. Like I said, I haven't played 1 or 2 or the spin-offs with 2 or 2 and whatnot. But there's a group that was like the Institute that were secluded. They had high technology and whatnot. you always got people doing tinkering and the words are escaping me, but I'm thinking Sturgis. You're going to meet him in a second. He does a lot of tinkering, and he does a lot of mechanical work. So there's always going to be someone trying to advance the mechanical and science areas. And and since hospitals are still a thing, you can have doctors with actual hospitals and not just clinics. So if there was an actual banding together of people that decided to, hey, we need medicine, or we need people that can actually provide medicine and treatment and care, you'd be good to go. Like everybody would band together to defend hospitals. Like it wouldn't need to just always worry about its own security and providing its own security. In my personal opinion, I think everyone would actually band together to defend the hospitals, because without the hospitals, nobody's getting treatment. If nobody's getting treatment, that's a better chance of everyone dying. Who wants to die? Really? If you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and listening to my theories, my opinions, and just hearing me tell crazy stories. I actually enjoy this while I'm playing video games. I play and edit with Filmora, but I don't do any much gaming on my PC. So when I figure it out, I'll be probably streaming on Twitch and just talking shit and playing games. So when I figure out how to link my Xbox with my computer, because I'm old and I'm not as tech savvy as I used to be, I'll be streaming on Twitch. And when I stream on Twitch, oh yeah, it's my good friend T-Bone. T-Bone the dog. I don't know if you can hear my girl Desi snoring in the background. No one's talking to you, bitch. Night, baby. That was my son Slayer Gaming. I don't know if you're hearing. I do a lot of my recording in the wee hours of the morning. It's currently 2 a.m. here. So after this, I'm gonna head to sleep so I can get the kids to school. Princess Sway and her brother and her brothers. So
there we go.
Yeah, you're gonna unlock your gate, punk. That's what we want. So I can take the power cord. Oh, okay. There was a video I watched. If I find it, I'll do a reaction to it. A guy says this mission in particular that we are on, it's what messes up Fallout 4, because it gives you power armor from the start, and it trivializes one of the scariest adversaries in Fallout, which is Deathclaw. Now, to some extent, I'm not gonna lie. Take that, bitch. I agree, but the reason I'm agreeing is because when you are encased in that armor, and they give you this mission, they give you armor and a minigun, and I think 1,000 rounds. I don't remember. We'll see when we get there. And you can report a Deathclaw. But this mission does not. That can be trivial, but the point is you have to have the power cords, the fusion cords to do it. And the ammunition is the second part, because unless you are high enough level and you have the physicist perks, power cords run out real fast, and I mean real fast, and they are expensive. They are very expensive to get a hold of. So you need to be as a character, you need to be well established to even begin to acquire a backlog of them, or I shouldn't say backlog, a surplus. That's just like, because any game, especially you see how I am now. I got 35 shotgun shells and like not even 100 10mm rounds, because we're level 1 scrub trying to make it to get to the level 50 Chad, trying to figure out how to get around to that. So yeah, it makes you feel powerful in the beginning. Take that, bitch. It makes you feel powerful in the beginning because you know you can take on a Deathclaw, and Deathclaws are pretty freaking scary. Now, like I said before, I will agree that power armor does take a lot of the sting out of the game. It does take a lot of worry out. But even then, it takes time and resources to trick out. Well, I was just saying about my 10mm rounds. It takes time and resources to trick out your armor. Dank, and you are gone. Yeah, pump. Blow you away. And you gotta play the game to get that up and running. And you gotta obviously you gotta play the game, but it's just the point to say you need to put in a lot of time and effort to even get to the point where everything becomes trivial. I mean that's I want to feel like that's any game. Elden Ring or any of the From Software games. You start off and you're trying to get whatever you can until you come up against a dude that's so good at the game he walks around in his underwear. Let Me Solo Her. A good example. He wears a pot on his head and has 2 swords, and that's it. And he fights literally the hardest boss in the game, Melania, by himself. And it's like, yeah, take that, bitch. But while yeah, you quit shooting at me. While I do agree that power armor makes it trivial, you got to get to a point to be established enough to begin to make everything trivial. And that takes time. Trying to save on ammo. Pistol whip it. Save it on ammo. Because when I finished, I've only played this game twice. This is my second time playing the game. Let me correct that. I played through the game once. This will be my second playthrough, my second complete playthrough. My first, and I haven't touched this game since I played it through years ago. So, my first game, I played a character named Darius. We named this one Ronin. Darius has a Gauss rifle I call Priscilla, because any rifle I have that's really good, like really powerful, I'm gonna name her Priscilla. It's when I was in the military, that's what I named my rifle, Priscilla. So, but I had really good power. I had power armor. I had physicist. Okay, let me shut up.
Who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman.
Minutemen? So now I'm traveling backward in time?
Protect the people at a minute's notice. That was the idea. So I joined up, wanted to make a difference. And I did, but things fell apart. Now it looks like I'm the last Minuteman left standing.
The world's changed so much. None of this makes sense.
You all right? Listen, we need your help. And Then maybe we can help you, huh? What brought you out here?
Trying to find my son, bitch.
Who's around that can find a missing person?
Used to have a few good trackers in this group. Not many now.
Hey.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the ghouls in Lexington, and now this mess.
Ghouls? What are ghouls?
Wow. You really aren't from around here, are you? Ghouls are irradiated people. Most are just like you and me. They look pretty messed up and live for a long time, but they're still just people. The ones I'm talking about are different. Maybe the radiations rotted their brains, made them feral. They'll rip you apart just as soon as look at you. Anyway,
I bet you
we
do.
figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But
I like that laser musket.
well, we do
It's,
have
I mean,
one
it's a little antiquated, but yeah.
Let's hear it.
Sturgis, tell him.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school, pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
I like it.
You see, he says military
Yeah, I thought you might.
standard, but
Protection with an added bonus.
where else would they use power armor except in the
Get
military?
The suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Minigun. Now we're talking.
I know, right? Only there's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again, but we're a bit stuck.
I'll help if I can.
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized fusion core, your high-grade, long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back when. And we know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement.
Already got that, punk.
Locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte.
I'm reading faster than they're speaking,
Give it a
so
shot.
don't mind me.
Actually, I already grabbed the fusion core. We're set.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
Yes.
Sweet.
I'm surprised to see anyone.
Chick sitting around in her slippers.
Are we getting out of here?
Mama Murphy.
Careful, kid. There's something coming.
There we
I
go.
bet it is.
It's angry.
This one's running kind of long like the last one. Before, when I was doing the gaming channel, Sway Realm Games, I tried to condense them, keep them short to like a half hour. But if I were to, I edit these videos and I chop them down. Because like I said, I do a lot of exploring. I do a lot of scrounging and scavenging. Couldn't think of the word. So that I can get materials to upgrade equipment and whatnot. Rusted ass piece of doo doo.
Up here. Boss, we got somebody up here.
Because almost every upgrade or modification uses adhesive, so that's going to be important on the list. Y'all still shooting? So 1340, 1,340 rounds, if I counted that correctly. Before I start blasting off. Blast off! Got a blast! Can you reach up here with that? Is it can you? Oh, you got lucky. Y'all just... Bird's a bird. Helicopter. Helicopter, helicopter. I will call this thing George, and I will love him and hug him and pet him and cherish him and give him lots of rounds so he can spit hot fire. Pop, 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 pop. I spit hot fire like Dylon. Actually, I'm a Lupe Fiasco fan. I haven't heard any new music from him in a while. Oh look, a Deathclaw. Now what is we gonna do? What is we gonna do? See what we can get rid of so we can move. What is we gonna do? Atomic Command. Now we can move. Nah, punk, we over here. And it's got a skull by the name, indicating that it is several levels higher than us and will definitely rip our faces off if I was outside of this armor. I'm trying to aim at your head, cuz. Thank you. What the? Thank you. If you... Because when you aim at the head, it goes down faster. Get away from me! This is still scary because I lost my left arm. At least it's not one of those chameleon ones. Is there somebody shooting? I see somebody in the background going pop, pop, pop. Broham. Borowski. And how are we missing damn near point blank? And that's... Yeah, there's a raider back there. Hey. I'm missing, guys. And this is why I take Codsworth. Thank you. We reached level 4. And that, my friends, is spitting hot fire. You know, wait for him to wake the fuck up. We're spitting hot fire from the barrel of that minigun. Don't want to pick up too much because I don't want to be stuck. Oh, we got targeting systems. I'm sorry, if a dude walked in with power armor, just defeated the Deathclaw, and he's got a minigun, I'm not using my little pipe pistol to shoot at him. I'm not sure that my pipe pistol, compared to his minigun, is going to do any damage, because getting through power armor was built to be mobile, like personal tanks. And what 9mm, 10mm round is going to puncture a tank's hull? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know you got to use game logic and stuff like that in here, and it's got to be some kind of damage done. But yeah, okay. You see, I didn't even do anything, and we already lost 3/4 of the fusion core. So that's how they keep us in check with making everything easy. We lost 3/4 of the fusion core.
That was.
And I just put it in. So yeah, while it did trivialize that one event, I ran out of ammunition. I'm almost out of ammunition. I lost my left arm. You start off with parts of your suit are being damaged.
For a while anyway. We can at least move someplace.
So if it was actually Cherry, as Sturgis said,
You asked about the Minutemen?
you could imagine
One thing you should know about us.
possibly the carnage that we could create with that.
So here, for everything you've done, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, since you say that, maybe you'll come to Sanctuary with us. We could use your help getting settled there.
What would I need to do?
You'd need to stay strong like you've been. 'Cause there's more to your destiny. I've seen it. And I know your pain.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
I actually recommend watching Oxhorn.
I know.
He's
The sight
I do a lot of Agent Jake. I did a lot of Elden Ring lore on this channel. Oxhorn does a lot of lore himself, but he did the videos he did that brought him to my attention were the what's what I'm looking for
Diamond City.
the Fallout. Cause I'm not playing the damn game. The Fallout lore, and he delves deep into Fallout.
What's in Diamond City?
He plays 76.
Look,
He does 3, he does 4, he does New Vegas. He actually does 1 and 2, and the spin-offs and whatnot.
The sight will paint a clearer picture.
Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
Ah, shush, Preston. We're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, he's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move out. We're heading for that place Mama Murphy knows about. Sanctuary. It's not far.
She knows about it? You mean she had one of her visions while she was stoned out of her gourd? And now you want us to just head out on another wild goose chase based on no better plan than Mama Murphy saw it?
It can hardly turn out any worse than...
Everybody just take it easy. We're all in this together, right? So Marcy, you got a better idea of what we should do next? Anybody? Well then, Sanctuary it is. Let's just hope it lives up to his name.
Come on, June, it's time to go.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna end it on this one. We, as you can see, we setting up to go to Sanctuary Hills. As I said, this was a extra long video. For those of you that rock with me all the way to the end, you guys are fucking troopers. I want to thank you for that. Hit the like, subscribe button, and notification button, and the bell. You guys already know. I got description in the description below. I got links to my my merch shop, as well as the books that I published on Amazon and my Patreon. I'll catch you guys later. In the meantime, between time, I'm always with these peace signs. Oh, here's a question. If they wanted sanctuary and everything, my man came from Vault 111. Why didn't they start setting up in the vault? Because the vault can't be attacked like that. Anyway, I'm King Sway, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace.
Look alive.
Yes, sir.